Not only has Brock Purdy solidified himself as the franchise quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, I believe he solidified himself as a really solid dude who everyone seems to enjoy when he comes around. Luke Kuechly joined Kay Adams to talk about Christian McCaffrey's wedding. And obviously, a lot of players were invited from the San Francisco 49ers, including Brock Purdy. And of course, Kuechly's ties from the Panthers with Christian McCaffrey. So it makes sense for Kuechly to be there and enjoying the festivities. And he mentioned like why Brock Purdy's such a cool dude, talking about like what he had heard of him and then actually being able to meet him. And then there's also a hilarious video of Christian McCaffrey's mom going crazy on the dance floor. And you can see right in the back corner, Brock Purdy just having the time of his life. Again, all just things that continue to solidify Brock Purdy as that guy for the San Francisco 49ers. Take a look right here.
What was Brock Purdy like at the McCaffrey wedding?
Ton of fun.
What does that mean?
He's I like how he is. I like his energy. We talked to some of the guys about him, like, what's he like? They said he's even keeled, doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. And when you talk about that, you think of this guy must be stiff. He might not be any fun, but he's got some subtle sarcasm. He's dry. He's fun to be around. He was on the dance floor having a good time.
Now, this video is absolutely hilarious. You see Brock just vibing in the background and having a good time. And I think, with Brock Purdy, I've had the opportunity to interview him two times, one in a press conference setting and two in a one-on-one kind of conversation. And, I've had the opportunity to speak to a lot of players, 49ers, non-49ers, Hall of Famers, I've talked to a lot of players. And there's just a different presence with Brock. It's really hard to explain because you're talking to the most confident people in the world, these athletes who are so secure in who they are and what they do. And then here comes 24-year-old Brock Purdy, and he just seems like 10 years older than he really is. And I remember doing the one-on-one conversation with him at his camp and just like literally thinking in real time, like, how are you 24 years old? It just doesn't make sense to me because he's so mature. He's so grounded. You can tell there isn't, I just don't sense any insecurity in this guy. Like, anxiety is prevalent in today's society. And, there's a lot of mental health things that a lot of people are dealing with. And that's not to say that he's not doing that or having to manage those things either, like expectations, pressure, anxiety that comes along with it. But again, you can see why people gravitate to this guy. He's genuine. He is very just confident in who he is, and there's no fluff. He's just him. And I think, not only does Luke Kuechly see that, not only do his teammates see that, but the fans see it. And I think that's why the fan base has absolutely gravitated to him. Of course, it all starts with what you do on the field and how well you play and how well you lead and all those different types of things. That's, of course, is number one for the fans. But as we know, when evaluating quarterbacks, intangibles are everything. How you lead, who you are as a person, those are the differences between good quarterbacks and great quarterbacks, and why you should feel confident with Brock Purdy at quarterback. So cool to hear Luke Kuechly's thoughts on Brock. Cool to see the video. And again, just continuing to build the case for why Brock Purdy is going to be the 49ers franchise quarterback moving forward, assuming he has a same or better year than what he did last season, which is going to get him a hefty contract extension. All good things coming for Brock Purdy. And I would imagine all fans are just excited about where we are currently at. Last year, we didn't really know if Brock was going to be the guy. We had the assumption he was going to be the guy. Obviously, Sam Darnold, Trey Lance were still on the roster. Before that, it was Garoppolo, Sudfeld, Trey Lance, Brock, and so there's been so much back and forth about who's going to be the franchise quarterback, who's the quarterback, dating all the way back to 2020. And it's just refreshing to make it through an entire offseason not talking about quarterback controversy, who's the starter, and all those different types of things, because we got our guy, and his name is Brock Purdy. Let me know what you guys think about all this, and let me know in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.